Entrevistas Alfa.
Hola, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Cristina Tenorio de Alfa 91.3 and today I'm so happy finally to be talking with someone that has irresistible beats, beautiful voice, Dayglow. How are you, Sloan?
I'm good. Thank you. That was quite an introduction.
I mean, you need quite an introduction because I'm a big fan.
Thank you.
I love your music. You're finally back to be and give your first show by yourself.
Yeah.
And we're so ready also to have like their next release, the album. So let's talk about, first of all, to me, you are a sound seeker because you find sounds that are exquisite. So how is your life as a sound seeker? I mean, your ears must be like, I don't know, having an eargasm every time you hear something good. Do you record it or how do you go?
Oh, man. I mean, I definitely don't like sample things out and about. It's more like I love like vintage synthesizers and things and like really doing. I love musical history and seeing the history of like recorded music and thinking like, what if this person in the 80s had access to this musical instrument and like approaching things that way. So like I try to use vintage things but in a modern context, if that makes sense.
Yes. So I imagine your songs every time with vintage sounds and unique sounds, like if they were alive, because you make me feel that with your music.
Thank you.
So if we go to your home studio and see for the first time the Oberheim Matrix 6, what kind of stories would that synth tell if it was alive about what this new album is going to be about?
Oh, wow. That's a great question. Well, I used it a lot. I used it so much that it broke. So it's broken right now. So I don't know if it could tell you much of a story. But yeah, I think it would say we had a lot of fun together and that the album sounds good. Yeah.
I imagine you all by yourself because Dayglow makes all by himself, like produce, write, everything. How do you get feedback?
That's a great question. That's a terrifying question because I really don't until I've released the music. So like my fans kind of give me feedback, and that's cool. I think that's what makes it special, you know, and is that it's a really raw, unfiltered, creative process. Like I don't really understand. I guess maybe like I don't know the painting world, but like a painter probably doesn't really reveal anything until it's done. And so I kind of view art that way, that like I don't like to share stuff until it's done. And so I like the feedback to be like scary because I want it to feel like I don't change it at all until it's done, you know?
Okay, I mean, you're talking about this really hard balance and struggle within yourself, like reacting, having an instinct to produce art, but also planning, like.
Yeah.
So how do you find that balance?
That's a good question. Yeah, because I'm very much a perfectionist, and like I really love to have like order and plan things. But with my art, I really try to let go of that. So if I were to have criticism or like bandmates that like I made music with, I probably wouldn't get anything done because I'd be so afraid of it like not being perfect. But I guess when you don't have that feedback, then you can create it. So yeah, that's a balance I'm always trying to figure out. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah.
But you're having fun. You always said that.
I definitely am having fun. Yeah.
In interviews and everything, you talk about yourself as someone who really loves just having the opportunity to make music, to live for it and because of it.
Yeah.
Due to that. So if you were about like to talk about Deep End, you said that it was not perfect, like in a strictly electronic way. But to you, which is the most satisfying thing of having a song like Deep End? Because I know you feel really proud of it.
Yeah. No, I think what was really special about Deep End when making it was I couldn't think for the life of me what it reminded me of. It felt really unique. And so that's what was so exciting, is that it felt like pop music, and it felt like Dayglow, but it didn't remind me of anything. And so that's really hard to do when you're making songs, is like making something that doesn't remind you of something while also sounding catchy. So I kind of felt like I struck gold when I made it, because that's a hard combo to get when you're making music.
Well, I said to you, like, before we started the interview, to me it's like a perfect song.
Oh, wow.
It is worth 1,000 awards. It's so good, so good.
Thank you.
For the first time, you released it on August 16. I've been playing it on repeat. And I think that People in Motion is going to be a big surprise. I asked if I could listen it before the interview, so I'm just going to wait as a fan.
So you haven't heard it?
I haven't.
Whoa, okay,
I haven't.
cool.
So, and I don't want to listen it until it's out for everyone. So, People in Motion. And then we saw this album, this cover art, and I was like, what? And then I've heard all of your explanations. I have like a million theories of the album cover, but today, which is the weirdest theory or explanation you have about the album cover?
What's the weirdest theory I've heard? Man, I don't know. I guess I haven't seen too many people say theories about it. I'm curious what you think.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that it's like this human contradiction that we can't stop, and we are looking forward to have everything like right away, but then you need to stop, and then with the sounds from the 80s, you're looking back, and then this big box, it's like you may think it has no motion, but the light by itself has motion. So
wow,
it gives different. I don't know.
You've explained it better than I could, honestly. I mean, that's pretty spot on. Yeah, it's a juxtaposition thing where like the title is called People in Motion, but it's this massive stagnant block. But that's what your description is spot on. So
I think it's going to be a great surprise. And maybe you've never been asked this question before. If you could pick someone, any artist from any genre, to make a cover of Deep End, who would you choose? Not a collaboration, just to hear a cover.
Man, I think Tame Impala would be a good cover for Deep End, I think. I could see him like finding the structure of the song in a different way. I don't know if it would necessarily be a cover as much of a remix, but Daft Punk would be sweet, you know?
If they ever reunite again, it would be so good.
Yeah.
Well, we can wait to hear People in Motion. We're going to keep playing you in our radio station.
Thank you.
On our top 3 of the week.
I really appreciate it.
And please have a lot of fun in your show. You're going to love Mexican audience.
Okay.
Do you have a special message to your Mexican fans?
Man, I mean, where would I even begin? I love being here in Mexico. Thanks for being patient for me coming. This is like a long time coming doing the show. So yeah, can't wait to see you on Friday and Sunday in Guadalajara. And thanks for being here. Let's rock and roll.
Thank you. Sloan from Dayglow here in Alpha 91.3, donde todo nace. And we're going to have some kind of a game, so stay tuned for the next video.
Entrevistas Alpha.